Right, come down. We'll start seated. If you've got your equipment, have it to hand. So if you've got a ball, a band, a circle, whatever you have, and then just take a comfortable seat. Place your hands on your knees and just take a big breath in and a big exhale, sigh out. Drop your shoulders, big breath in. Big exhale, sigh out, drop the shoulders. One more big full breath in, all the way to the top of the chest. And then exhale, let it go. And then just breathing in and out through the nose. Trying to create this expansion through the torso on the inhale. And on the exhale, just pull your navel to spine. Inhale, allow the belly, the rib cage, the chest to lift and expand. And then on the exhale, navel draw in. Go for 3 more breaths there. So inhale, notice that expansion, that space. And the exhale, retract. Inhale, expand. Exhale, retract. One more inhale, expand. Exhale, retract. And then inhale, take your hands behind your back, interlace the fingers. Draw your hands, your knuckles away from you, lift the chest. You can look up towards the ceiling if you want to open through the throat. Try and squeeze that space between the shoulder blades. Rock forward slightly on the seat bones. Take a big breath in here. And a big breath out. Release the hands, come forwards. Turn your thumbs out, fingers down. Now push the heels of your hands away and feel your forearms open, your palms. Push them down and then slightly round into the back. Open that space between the shoulder blades. Find the stretch through the wrist flexors. Take a big inhale and an exhale. And then come over, find all fours, hands and knees. Comfortable, so you can see the ground between the fingertips, nice and stable through the hands. Just a few rounds of cat-cow. Really draw your waist in, look forwards, open the chest, squeeze the shoulders down. So you should feel that in the back as well. And then exhale, pull the waist in from the front, from the sides, round the upper back. Inhale forwards. So maybe the movement isn't as big because you're really concentrating on drawing the waist into the midline, trying to hold the center of the body strong, and then exhale round. 3 more times, inhale forwards. And exhale round, feel the navel pull into the spine, feel the tailbone tuck under the chin, draws into chest. Last one, inhale forward. And then exhale round. And then find a neutral spine, so a nice flat spine. Imagine you've got a tray on your back, so your back is going to stay perfectly still. Extend the left leg back. Toes just to tap the floor. Extend the right arm forwards, little finger to the ground. Thumb face up to the sky. Keep the back still, so don't overextend at all in the back. Take an inhale, reach the arm and the leg up. Exhale, lower down. So a slow movement, and when you come to the top, you should feel that left glute squeeze and lower. Keep your navel pulling in, lift and lower. Lift and lower. Go for 5, lower, 4, waist in, 3, 2, last one, hold it, reach the right fingertips forward, stretch the left toes back, and then place the right hand down, place the left knee down. Other side. So just reset, make sure your spine is neutral, pretty still, take your right leg back, toes to the floor, left arm forwards, little finger down, thumb face up. Take an inhale, reach the arm and the leg up without dipping in the lower back. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. So draw an imaginary line from the right hand to the left knee and glance towards the middle of that imaginary line. So maybe directly down from the belly button. So by tucking the chin slightly there, it just helps us not compress too much into the back of the neck, into the lower back. Go for another 3. Lower. 2. Lower. Last 1. Lower both hands, both knees. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, tuck your toes and just lift the knees off the floor. Find this static all fours position and really pull your waist in. So see if you can draw the belly button away from the waistband of your trousers. Holding that for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest your knees. Walk the hands back, come up. So your toes point back. Knees are about hip width apart. Maybe take them a little bit wider if you want more stability. Now really tuck your tailbone under. Take your hands to your hips. You're going to slowly lean back. Try and keep your body in a straight line. You're going to take it back to this point here where you'll feel your abdominals working. You're holding yourself, working into the hamstrings, and then coming back. Slowly lower. Squeeze your glutes on. Keep the tailbone lengthening down. Hold it. And come back up. Go for 3 more. So slowly take it back. And then come up. 2 more. Last one. Hold this one back. Tuck your tailbone under. And see if you can reach your arms up to the sky. So in doing so, there should be more upper abdominal work. Holding for 5, 4, 3, tailbone tuck, 2, 1, come forwards. Take your hands down. Keep your right hand, right knee down. Take your right foot slightly out to the side, left leg back, left arm up. And then I want you to move that right knee a little bit further down the mat so you have more space from the right hand to the right knee. You're going to lower your hips into that space and then using that right side of the waist, pull back up. Lower. Use that right waist to pull back up. 3 more. Lower. And pull back up. Lower. And pull back up. Last one. Take it down. And then lift up. Now let those left toes hover off the floor. So you should feel it working the outside, the top of that left hip. Slight pulses with that left leg. So you just feel it on that left side. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back down. And switch to the other side. I'm going to go this way so it's easy for you to see. So your right leg now will go back, left knee down, left hand down. Just make sure there's enough space for your hips to come down. If that left knee is up high, kind of really awkward, there's nowhere to go. So take that left knee a bit further down, reach your right arm up, lower the hips into that space, and then pull up with that left side of the waist. So find that squeeze. Lower. And lift. Lower. And lift. Lower. And lift. 2 more. Take it down. Think about lifting up with that side waist. Take it down. And then lift up with that side waist. Hold it. Reach your right toes off the floor. So you should feel it on this outside. Small pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Come down to hands and knees, and then to elbows. And then from your elbows, I want you to round slightly into the back. So look down to the middle of your mat, so directly underneath the belly button. Stretch your right leg back. Pull the toes back to the face so the heel is stretching away. And then lift and extend that leg, hold it. Slowly lower down. Lift and extend, squeeze at the top. Lower down. Keep going, pushing into your forearms and pushing into your hands. Keep that back heel stretching away. You keep going, I'm just checking everything's okay. Yeah. Go for 3 more. On your last one, you're going to hold it there. Now change the position of the foot so the right toes point away now, so you're pointing that right leg back into space. Keep your belly button in and draw circles with that right foot. So you're going to go 5 circles in each direction, and you're trying your best to keep the rest of the body still. So you should feel the movement coming from that right glute. 2 more. Okay, and then after that last one, you're going to change the direction. Last 2. Last 1. Now keep the toes pointed in space. Slowly up and down, but only to halfway. All the way up, down to halfway. All the way up, down to halfway. I'm going to go for another 5. Lower. 4. Lower. 3. 2. 1. Rest that right knee in. Gaze towards the ground. Just make sure you're doming in the upper back. We want to avoid that collapsing. Take your left leg back. Heel pushes away. Toes draw back to the face. Lift all the way up. Slightly squeeze at the top. And then lower it down. Lift back. And then squeeze down. Lift back. And squeeze down. Just ask yourself if you're dropping in the waist, or can you pull your navel in slightly? Pull the pressure off your trousers. So pull away from the waistband. 5, 4, 3, 2. On your last one, you're holding. Change the position of the foot, point the toes, draw circles. 5. Controlled. 4, 3, 2, 1. Change direction. Keep the toes pointing back. Don't get lazy through the leg and bend the knee. Keep that leg extended and straight. 2, 1. Now the toes are pointed, waist in. Lift all the way up. Lower only halfway. Lift all the way up. Lower halfway. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees together. Come up to your hands and knees. Tuck your toes and stretch back into a downward facing dog. So just enjoy that stretch through the hamstrings after you've just worked there. Pull your waist in. Draw the navel to spine. Try not to let the lower ribs flare out. And then walk your feet forwards towards your hands. Grab a ball if you have one and bring it between the ankles. If you don't have a ball, you could place your circle between the ankles for now, but if you have a ball, we're going to start folding down. So my feet are a tiny bit narrower than hip width. If you don't have a ball, stand with your feet together so you can push the ankles towards one another. Let your upper body be completely heavy, and then initiate the movement by curling your tailbone under and start to roll up, really super slow. So squeezing that ball, feeling the engagement from the ankles all the way through the inner thighs. And as we squeeze, imagine you're squeezing the inner thighs together, feel your glutes engage. Reach your arms up as you inhale. Exhale, keep the arms up, dive the chin into the chest and round the body forwards, pulling the navel in, curling through every part of the upper back, middle back, lower back, taking it all the way down. If you don't have a ball, you're squeezing from the ankles, the knees, the inner thighs. When you get to the bottom, we relax and then initiate that roll up again by sending your tailbone under. Just that small first movement of sending the tailbone under should help you feel the glutes engage, especially after we just did that hamstring and glute work. So you're slowly rolling up, curling up, and reach your arms, inhale. And then like you're diving into a swim pool, chin to chest, round through the upper back. Big nice scoop through the upper back, waist in, and taking it all the way down. You're just keeping the breath in and out. One inhale might not do the movement all the way up, and one exhale might not do all the way down. So just keep your breath steady. Start to pull in through the waist. We're going back up. Squeeze that ball. Push your feet down into the floor. Notice how much difference that makes of the engagement through the thighs, the glutes. Reach your arms up, breath in. 2 more times, breath out, chin to chest, round it down. Slowly take it down. Pull the navel to spine. Curl through the upper back. Relaxing down to the floor. And then rolling back up. Waist in. See if you can keep your upper body in nice and close to the center line as you round up. And this will be your last one, reaching the arms to the sky. And then just bring your hands into prayer heart center. Okay. And then take the ball out from between your feet. If you have a circle, hold on to it. If you don't have a circle, just hold your hands out in front of you, because it's more just to help you keep the chest upright. You're going to bend into the left knee. Keep your circle out in front of you. You're not gripping it tight. You're just using it to keep your chest tall. Take your left leg out to the side and then look forwards. Bring your left knee in. Sorry, right knee in. Right foot out to the side. Slowly bring the knee in. Out to the side and back in. So the work is this left standing leg. Just taking my right foot out and in. Out and in. Go for 5. In. 4. In. So if you don't have a circle, you just be holding your hands out to keep the chest open. 3, should feel it in that left leg now. 2. 1. Bring your hands to your hips if you don't have a circle. If you have a circle, lean further forwards, take the circle out. Take your right leg behind you, and I'm going to go this way now. Right leg behind you, lift, lower, lift, lower. Keep that bend in your left knee. So if you don't have a circle, hands are on the hips. 6, lower, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step both feet together. Ooh. And shake them out. Okay, other side. Bend into that right knee. Circle out if you have one, arms out if you don't. The more you bend into that right knee, the more stability work it has to do, more stabilizing. Take your left leg out and then bring the knees together. Out, knees together. Out, knees together. So if you can see, I'm trying my best to keep this right line of the body still. This is my weak side. I feel myself shaking. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then if you have a circle, you're leaning forwards, taking that left leg back. If you don't, hands are to hips. Lift that back leg, squeeze the glutes, lower. Lift, lower. Lift, lower. 8, 7, 6. Bend more into that right knee. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back up and shake it out. And breathe. Okay, come down to the floor. Have your circle and your ball to hand if you have both. I'm going to come to the top of the mat. We'll start without equipment and then we'll build up for those that have it. So point your tiptoes to the floor. So you're not planting the whole foot, just your toes. I don't know if you can see very well. And then hold behind the backs of the thighs. Take an inhale, lift your chest up. And then on an exhale, round into the back. Start to curl down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, curl down. Just bringing some movement into the spine before we come into abdominal work. So inhale, rise. Exhale, round. Inhale, rise. Exhale, round. Inhale, rise. Exhale, round. Inhale, rise. Exhale, round. Now, if you have a ball, take the ball between your thighs, squeeze that ball in, apply pressure to the ball. If you don't have a ball, you just don't use this bit. Arms out by the side, curling through the waist. Inhale here. Exhale, let your heels lower down, roll the spine down. Hold it on an inhale. Exhale, come back up. Inhale at the top. Squeeze that ball. Exhale, roll down. Just to your biting point. Hold it for an inhale. Exhale, roll back up. So it might not be a very big movement. Inhale at the top. Exhale, squeeze that ball, roll it down. Inhale, hold. Exhale, reach back up. Inhale at the top. Exhale, back down. Inhale, your biting point there. Exhale, come back up. On this one, we're going to take it all the way down. So take a big breath in. Exhale, squeeze that ball, roll all the way down. So if you need to take a breath as you're rolling down, take an extra breath. And then reach your arms overhead. Bring them back up to the sky. Curl the head, neck, chest. Pull the waist in and reach up. You've got 4 more. If you have a circle, hold it. Don't squeeze it. Just have your hands to the side. Gives you somewhere to visualize through and keeps the arms out extended. So roll down, squeeze that ball. Squeeze your thighs if you don't have a Pilates ball. Curl into the ground. Inhale, take the arms overhead. If you've got a circle, you won't be able to take your arms all the way because of the circle, but that's okay. And then reaching back up with your hands or the circle, squeeze the ball, waist in, look between the hands or between the circles, stretch up. 3 more, take it slow. Just keep the breath in and out. Don't worry about just one cycle of breath for each movement. Just keep your breath as much as you need. All the way down. And then we come back up, waist in. Slowly stretch up. Reach, reach, reach. And then roll it back down. Waist in. Navel to spine. Squeeze the ball. And over. Last one. Squeeze your ball. Look between the hands. So as your arms move forwards, your chest is pulled up, your lower back lift you forwards, and then place that circle to the top. Place your ball in between the circle if you had it. Roll back down, doesn't need to be so controlled. Take your knees out to the side and just let the inner thighs stretch. Place your hands onto the belly. Take 3 big breaths. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Bring your knees back together. Plant your feet to the floor. Take your arms out by the side. Roll your tailbone off the floor. So a really subtle movement to start with. Pull the waist in and then slowly the spine rolls up. I want you to really anchor your heel, the ball of your foot, and all 5 or 10 toes into the ground. So you feel the back of your hamstrings and your glutes working. Hold it to there. So you have a diagonal line from the shoulders, the hips, the knees. Tuck your tailbone even more. Feel that squeeze into the back of the glutes. And then you're going to lower down 2 inches and squeeze back up 9 more times. Lower 2 inches and squeeze back up. Take it really slow. Inhale. Exhale. Keep your breath steady. In and out. Slow movements. Try not to let the knees waver around too much. See if you can keep the knees quite still. You're just lowering the hips, tucking the tailbone at the top and squeezing the glutes. 5, squeeze. 4, squeeze. 3, 2, and 1. Hold it up. Rise to your tiptoes. Set. So really tuck the tailbone under. Push the ball of the foot down. Push the toes down. Lift your hips higher, holding for 10. Should be really feeling it, holding for 9. 8, tailbone tuck. 7, lift higher. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll it back down. So take your time. Really carefully, slowly back down to the floor. And then when you get to the ground, just bring your knees into the chest. Give a gentle rock from side to side. And then take your knees to a tabletop position. So they're just above the hips, shins are parallel to the floor. Reach your hands to the bottom of the mat and then lift your head, neck and shoulders up off the ground and stretch your fingertips into space. So reach your fingertips as if they're trying to stretch beyond the toes. And as you're doing so, pull the waist in. Breathe here. Keep a steady breath. And you're going to pulse the arms up and down. As you're doing so, you're constantly trying to stretch further away. Inhale, exhale, in, out. Keep the breath steady. Pulse the arms as you're reaching the fingertips. So you're trying to pull the shoulders away from the ears. Push your lower back into the floor. Go for 10, 9, 8. Pull your belly away from the trousers. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest your feet, rest your upper body back. And then take your hands, support the weight of the head. Interlace your hands behind the back of the head and the neck. Curl up, keep your elbows out wide. Bring your right knee in and take your left leg on a diagonal. hold it, keep that curl up, so you're working the upper abdominals. Keep your elbows out wide, don't let them round in, keep them open. Switch the legs, switch the legs. 17, 16, elbows out, chest lifts. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, lower back to the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Place the feet down, lower your head down. I highlight upper abs. Take your knees out wide, place your hands onto your belly. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Big breath in and big breath out. Okay, and then roll over onto your left hand side. So your left arm will go out underneath the body, reaching away from your knees bent. Just notice if you collapse into that left side. I want you to try and lift that left side waist. There's a tiny gap. Stretch your right leg away, toes pull back to you. Take your right hand to the right hip. Lift that right leg up. Don't let the movement come into the side of the body. It's from the hip down. Lower. Lift. Lower. Lift. Lower. Slow controlled movements for 6. Down. 5. Check that left side waist. You're not collapsing. 4. 3. 2. 1. Now rest the foot there. Right hand to the right hip. Turn your right toes up to the sky. Try not to let that top hip fall back, so you can keep the right hip stacked on top of the left hip. Now lower the right foot down and take it all the way up. Lower down and up. Lower down and up. 8. Lift. That top hand can always come in front of you if you need the support. Just ask yourself about that left side waist. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend that top knee, so both knees stack, both ankles stack. Open your right hip and close. Open, should be a slight squeeze at the top, and close. Lift your left waist, open and close. 6, lower. 5, lower. 4, lower. 3, lower. 2, lower. 1. Bring the knees together. Now this movement won't feel as big. Just check your left side waist. We're going to keep the knees together, keep the hips stacked. It's my right foot that's going to lift and lower. So my knees stay together this time and the right foot lifts. Lower. It should be just into the outside of the hip. Try and keep your hips still. Lift that right foot. Lower. Lift. Lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and rest. Bring that top knee into the space in front of your body. Just enjoy that stretch through the right hip. If you want more, open your right arm back behind you so you get a stretch through that right hip. Big deep breaths. And then we're going other side. So just bring yourself up or roll over onto your other side if you can see. Taking the right arm out, resting the head down, knees stacked. Take your hands, just ask yourself, If you'd cross your fingers, if you left them there, can you lift the right side waist a little? Take your left leg out. So toes, first of all, are pointing back to me, directly forwards. Lift that top hip and lower. Lift and lower. I don't want to scrunch into my waist. I'm keeping the waist long. The movement is just the left leg. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Turn your toes up to the sky. Just control that left hip. Don't let it fall around too much. Check your right waist. Lift that left leg and lower. Lift your left side and lower. If you keep that right side waist lifted throughout the exercise, and we're working around the midline as well, so we don't just get the work into the outside of the hip, but we get a bit of work into the obliques. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend your knees together, feet together, top hand on the top hip, check that space, and then bring it back. Open the knees and close. Open and close. Open. As you open, just make sure you're not shifting that left hip too far back. You might find that actually you can't go as far, but it's a bit strong around the outside of the left hip. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now the knees stay together. That left foot just kicks up and lowers down. If you can, without the left hip moving. Oh, someone's trying to come in. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then relax. Bring that left thigh, knee all the way in front of you. Put the stretch around the left hip. And then if you like, twist the upper body back. Okay, and then lie onto your back. If you have a ball, grab a ball. If you don't have a ball, don't worry about it. I'm going to show you how to use your hands. Take both legs up to the sky. Last one, this is like a little bit of a fun finisher for you. Take the ball up to the sky. So if you've got a ball, take it up to the sky. I'll start without first for those that don't. You're going to curl your head, neck and shoulders up. Take your right leg away. Tap behind the left leg and back. Tap behind the right leg. Take the left leg away and back. So your legs alternate and you're just reaching around the leg that's closest to you. You're keeping the chest lifted, keeping the lower back pushing into the floor. So if you've got a ball, you're just passing it around the backs of the legs. 20. Keep lifted in the chest. 18. 16. Keep going. 14. Navel pulls in. Lengthen the legs away. 10. 9. 8. Keep lifted. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Extend both legs out. Take the arms overhead. Let go of the ball if you had a ball. Full body stretch. You can interlace the hands. Push the heels of the hands away. Point the toes. And then roll over onto your front for me. Hands underneath the shoulders. You can push yourself up. Just stretch out through the waist. Look forwards. Knees bend. Hips go back. Toes tuck. And stretch into that downward facing dog shape. Lengthen your heels away. Give the head a rock from side to side. Rock the hips, left and right. And then walk your feet in. Fold the body forwards. Roll up through the spine. Carefully, slowly, taking your time. Hands behind the back. Interlace your fingers. Pull the fingers back. Open the chest. Take a big inhale. And a big exhale. Reach the arms up to the sky. Interlace again. Stretch up. Side bend to the right. Open out to the left. Inhale to center. Side bend to the left. Open out the right. Come back to center. Hands into prayer heart center. Inspire your chin into the chest. And thank yourself for giving up your Monday morning to move. Namaste.